So this will all be inside of the signal room. I'm going to announce at the end because we're going to do like a little discount, little price increase on that too, kind of afterwards. Because now that we got all these people doing live sessions and stuff, it's going to get pretty freaking crazy in there. I'm just going to set this one level up. I don't know why my computer's being so fucking weird. Here we go. Take this off. So this is all just the volume. Like this is all orders being placed, and obviously like the ones that are highlighted have the most volume, and then this center position is just really the main area where we could find potential reversals off of. So I'm just gonna highlight this. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm just gonna take this off. So I'm gonna start using these for my levels. They're really close to where I marked them anyway, but it's just kind of a more accurate representation of the data. What other crypto did you say you were looking at?
I got like 15 on you now.
What is it? You have that one dude that's giving them out or whatever?
Yeah, he did like, I think it was like the month of March, he did like 2,000%.
That's pretty wicked, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast. I mean it, I've never seen anyone like it.
2,000%.
He turned $100 into, I think it's 9K now.
Yeah, that's what you call pretty good. $100 into 9K. Like, come on.
He's an absolute beast. Like, he's a beast.
Shit. That's what I told Chris to do with these live sessions for the signals. Like, just start a little demo, or not a demo. Start like literally like a $500 account or like a $200 account, and just freaking scalp your way there. Just scalp, show it on the account. That way, no one can bitch about what's going on, and take the exact trades as him. All right, so let's start. I'm gonna start with Youssef here, and again, guys, I literally haven't looked at anything yet. So this is my first time even doing analysis. Give him some bells. This is my first time even doing analysis for this week. As we could see though, price has been pretty bullish. Now we're pushing up into this level, and lower time frame, bunch of structure here. So obviously, price is probably going to struggle around this area. On the lower time frame, on the daily, the 4 hour, this is obviously a push down, pull back, forming structure, push down, pull back, and then finally broke that level. So right now we're bullish, but last week, long ass wick here. So obviously we're starting to slow up. We are at this level now. So let's go down to the daily and see how this is starting to play out. So daily time frame, again, very bullish, broke this high, pushed up, made this like minor pullback, pushed up. Now we're testing this support level, testing this previous high that was broken. Obviously this Friday candle closed like a doji. So this thing could potentially push up. I haven't looked at the dollar index much at all. What are you thinking of the dollar index this week?
I think they're going to go up from here.
Yeah, so guys, look at this. Pushed up, formed this level of support right here, broke the high, pushed up. Now we push down. Now we're just hovering at this level. So we have pretty much two scenarios here, either the break below or we continue with this overall trend, which is obviously pretty bullish right here. And we're starting to push up a little bit. We've got 2 hours left on this candle. So if I were to come down now to, per se, like the 30-minute time frame, take a look at what the hell is going on all up in here. Ideally, what I would want to see, because look at it like this. Push down, pulled back, push down, came up to this high. This is the potential. We formed this like a little bit of a higher low. So we broke this resistance level, came down, started to fuck around a bit in this area, came up to this top, rejected it. So we need to see price break above here. When price breaks this level, get some volume here, then I'll look for the retest. And that's when I'm going to start buying this up. I'm not going to buy this now. It's too low. It hasn't broken any resistance. You know, it's in a downtrend on the lower time frame right now. And 5 minute, you know, this is clearly trending downward. So I need to see some more sort of break. And again, if this thing breaks lower below these levels, then yeah, we'll look for those short opportunities. So that one's Youssef. Are you like looking at any major pairs kind of closely?
I got so many. I'm watching every single one of these. There's so many nice trades coming up.
I'm gonna rip through then. I'm gonna rip through mine then. All right, so Youssef expecting that dip. Let's just go over to DXY and see what the hell is going on with this one. See, this is what I don't like. Weekly time frame. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of all this. So again, guys, weekly time frame fairly bullish. Please do gold. Yeah, we'll do gold at the end. Obviously broke resistance here, pushed up, retested the resistance, pushed up. Now we're due for that pullback to kind of retest this level right here. You know, a long wick, but we're still pretty bullish on this. Let's go to daily time frame. Daily time frame, obviously bullish, pushed up, made a double bottom, pushed up. Look how it retested that high. Like this is where we're trying to be buying at. Retests of that high, pushed back up now. We have a minor support level right here. So this is where realistically I want to look at. I'm just going to bring this on really quickly. I'm going to come up to this time frame. What is this? No volume data. Well, goddamn. So just looking at it kind of naked charts, guys, we can see on the 4 hour, this right here broke. Now we're kind of rejecting that. So that's why I'm saying on the daily, if we pump back up, we've got this little zone right here. This is definitely a little support level. So we could see another pullback down into that area. And if we come to the 30-minute, this is already breaking down. It pushed up, broke the resistance, pushed up, retested, pushed up. Look at this wick. Shitty ass broker. What am I looking at? It's TVC. Fucking huge wick. Now we're breaking support, retests resistance, break support, retest, break support, retest. So this thing's probably going to head lower, guys. This thing's probably going to dip down into this area as it looks, based on how structure's forming right now. Find some resistance there, continue lower, and then potentially bounce, you know, off of that level. And I'm just saying that based on the 4 hour, obviously doji. So it's kind of showing signs that it's going to push down. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to do gold next, and then you could hop on and cover like 2 pairs, and I'll finish doing some of my analysis.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we have golds. Let's come up to the weekly time frame. Let me take all this extra bullshit off. Damn, look at this fucking wick, dude, last week. What is that saying, guys? What is that saying? Gold might be due for a little push up. I'm gonna take this off. So look at this. This, we pushed up, obviously, broke down, formed this level of support, broke the level. We're probably going to come back to test this level as resistance. I mean, that's at least what I'm looking to do. We just had this like spinning top candle, guys, right at this like support level. Look at the wicks here. Look at these wicks. So, you know, this is showing signs of reversal now. Coming down. That's all the way on the monthly, though. Coming down to the daily time frame. I'm keeping the monthly in mind, but we've got to just, you know, what is this showing us? Clear downtrend. Lower low, broken, retested as a lower high, pushed down. Lower low, broken, retest as a lower high, pushed down. Had this like minor pullback, pushed down. And then this is ultimately our structure level on golds is this level. I'm just going to hit the weekly real quick. Yeah, so the weekly, this is a main resistance level too. So if price does manage to come up to this level, this is going to be a serious zone to sell at. But we're not, close to that yet. On the 4-hour, right now, we're realistically retesting supply zone. So we're retesting this high right here. And this thing could certainly push down again. Ideally, I want to wait to buy once price breaks above here. Once price breaks above this zone, this resistance kind of breaks this high, that's when we're going to start to buy. Anything below here, we are going to be looking for sells. And we could get pretty aggressive with this. Was the 4-hour? So just kind of look at this time frame. I can see that this is a level. If I was really trying to short gold right now, what I would wait for is price to close below here and then try to catch it on the retest of this resistance. So this is wicking right now. This is about to close too. So this is not what we want to see to short this, yet. But if it does close below with like a lot of volume, then I'll look to start shorting this. So I'm going to pass it to you. You can go ahead and share some pairs, and then I'll break down some more charts and hop on after.
Yeah, also let me share.
Yeah, I got you. What's this?
Let's go in. All right, so I'll start with Australian dollar, Canadian dollar on a 1-hour time frame. Just to get a little bit better of a look. So you can see clear downtrend. We push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down, pull back. Very, very nice trend. This is a very clean trend. Going into the 1-hour. So we're pulling into this 61 Fibonacci. So this could be a potential trade for you all to take if we do start rejecting this area. So this is a trade I'm looking to kind of send in as a signal. So we bang on this 61 Fibonacci level. So this is definitely setting up. So stop loss is probably best to have above this high here. It's around 29 pips. Take profit, you're looking about 87. And if it breaks this low, we should continue down. So looking at the RSI on the 1-hour as well, you can see we're at this 70 value, which does indicate price is now overbought. So exactly what I look for. We're looking on the 4-hour. We grab our 50 and our 200 EMAs. So the 50, you can see we act as resistance, break slightly above. So you can see we're pulling into this 50 EMA. So this is why this trade is looking very nice to me at the moment. I think it's a little bit bigger. So this, you can see we got the trend line, 61.8 Fibonacci. We got this nice support zone, broken, pulled back. So definitely, guys, if you see this starting to reject this level, you can start to look for some shorts. As long as we reject this level. So if you start to get, structured breaking on the 5-minute, 15-minute, this is where I'll look to take the short. As long as we reject this level, if we break above, then we could potentially see this pair continue up. I'd probably say, let's grab this, bring this a little bit lower. We could see this pair either continue into this level, which is about 46 pips, or if not, we'll come and kind of touch this high here for around 120 pips. So 2 scenarios. I'm short bias at the moment just because we're in this massive downtrend. Let me get rid of these EMAs. So this is definitely a trade you guys can look to take. So we're bang on entry at the moment, but we need to see some rejection at this level. You can see, wicked up, rejected. I'm not going to look at these rejections as anything, just simply because of, we had the holidays. It was a little bit weird within this area. So what I'm simply doing is just waiting to see that rejection. We've got a nice trend line. Very, very nice pair setting up. Let's take a look. We'll go GBP Chief. So all this is done on a 1-hour time frame. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see we're kind of within this range. We've broken out. Now I'm simply waiting for the retest within this level. So again, you can look for longs at this level. We've broken these highs. We're looking for the retest. This is going to give us that nice kind of long position. Stop loss will go below the level. So you can either be a little bit riskier, get the one risk to reward pretty high, if you're being a little bit risky, just below this level. Or if not, you can have it for around 50 pips. So I'm probably going to go with a bigger stop loss. Overall, looking for a buy. Odd shift. I don't have odd shift on. I got rid of that pair. Let's keep going down the pairs. So I sent this analysis into the signals room last week. So if we broke this trend line, we have the retest continuation. Missed this trade. So all I'm simply going to do is wait to see if we pull back into this level. We'll have the 61 Fibonacci. Pull back into this level. I'll look for a short position at this area. And then obviously first take profit is at this level.
Wait 1 second. Pull up Euro JPY. What the fuck is going on with this pair right now?
So this is what I got for this.
Wait, dude, why? What broker do you have, Oanda?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna just send you a screenshot. Why the fuck is this? Why does it look like this on my chart right now?
Going wild, is it?
Dude, this thing gapped down like 70 pips or 110 pips.
What the fuck?
Maybe that's a glitch. Oh yeah, it's a glitch.
Yeah, it must be.
I switched time frames. It's a glitch. Dude, why on the 4 hour is it showing this candle like this? What?
Imagine if that sell.
Dude, what the fuck? I'm tripping balls right now. Because I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to sell.
Yeah, you're trying to sell. So I got quite a long bias on this at the moment. So we're kind of in this channel. You can see we range, broke structure, continued up. We're in this little channel. So I was reading earlier that is it like the Japanese index or something? That's looking like it's going to start a reversal. So we could see some strength with JPY. So you may be right. And if you take a look at the RSI, compared to kind of what the price is doing at the moment, we do have that bearish divergence. So this kind of long setup here that we do have could be invalid. And then obviously I got this sell setup here. And overall, that's, let's take a look. That's a 1 to 5 risk reward. So you're risking about, say, 30 pips to gain about 162. So if we can break below this level, retest, that's what I'll probably look to get in on the short. And then obviously you're breaking the trend line. You can see that resistance. Support becomes resistance here. That'll be a pretty nice trade. So that kind of short from this level is definitely a nice trade to look for. Even if we pull into this level, we do have kind of this area here where we could look for shorts. I probably have to see some real nice rejection. So let me flick down the page, see what we got that's looking real nice. Let's take a look. JPNZD. So this is a pair that I'm really looking to kind of get on a trade. So for this, you can kind of see we had like kind of this range or base, whatever you want to call it. We had that markup, so a rally, and then we're kind of ranging again. So there's two scenarios that it's going to kind of happen. We're going to pull into this zone, and we're going to see some buys from this level. Overall, this is a 1 to, let's take a look, 1 to 16 risk reward. So huge trade. You're risking about 20 pips to gain around 450 pips. That's the kind of trades I like to take. We got the kind of 30 pip stop loss. Overall take profit is just crazy. And this then is a very nice kind of high. So JPY, yeah, we'll do that trade as well. If not, we may pull into this zone. We got kind of that trend line. We got this area here, the top of this kind of resistance. So if we pull back to test this resistance level, I will definitely look to take a long on this. So probably stop loss is going to go for around 35 pips, just below this level. If we break this level, we'll probably continue back into this area. So the stop loss doesn't need to be huge on this. It's either going to bounce at this zone and then continue up, or, it's going to break back below, retest, and then continue lower. So the stop loss doesn't need to be huge on this trade. I'll just wait for it to pull into this zone, or if not this zone. So this one is a 1 to 16 risk reward. So, the take profit, the overall take profit for me is going to be around 560 pips. So back into this level here, huge trade. So if I can catch this trade, it's going to be a very, very nice trade going into kind of this week. Just got to wait and see, if we pull back into this area, we got, support, minor resistance. If we pull back into this zone, I'll look to take the long. If I get kind of stopped out there, I'll look to take the long at this level. So I'm going to stay bullish on that pair. Let's take a look. So JPY, we can see we came to kind of test this area where, if we take a look, it's not a huge level. Structure retested, continued up, came into this level. This would have been a very nice long. I don't know how I kind of missed this long. You can kind of see we broke this high here and then a nice push. We do have some bearish divergence setting up. So for me, we may pull into this kind of zone. So what's that, 153 point, say 850, or if not 900, we could potentially see price continue lower from there. So what I'm simply going to do this week is, if we pull back into this zone, so kind of this 71 Fibonacci level that I like to use, I'll look to take a long from this level. I'll probably target this area. So, you know, risking around 30, they're always going to be about 30, 25 pips. So risking about 30 pips, overall take profit, you're looking around 209 pips, 210 pips. That's taking partials along the way. That's a 1 to 6 risk to reward. So the risk to reward on that trade is a good risk to reward. If we're looking for shorts, all I'll simply do is, if we break this zone, retest, we go to this resistance, resistance, resistance. You know, I'll look to take the short. This trade is a 1 to 7 risk to reward as well, 1 to 6.5. So again, two very nice trades. You know, I'm long biased, but the only thing I don't like is this bearish diversion setting up. You can see if we scroll out, maybe on the 4 hour, it looks a little bit better. 1 hour. So you do have, let me grab this trend line, let me drag this across. So you can see price action is pushing up. Look at the RSI, it's pulling down. So we are due potentially a drop on this pair. That's either going to be a pullback or it will be a reversal. So we'll just have to wait and see. You know, if we do find support, whether it's at this level or this level, we start to see price just bounce in, I'll look to take the long. If we break below and, you know, maybe we do take the long from this level and then it does stop us out, you know, we have the retest. That doesn't mean that we can't then look for shorts. Very, very simple. Let's keep going down the pairs. So I got a lot of these kind of lined up. I'll probably touch on the NZD pairs. Super nice. Very, very simple setups. So NZD USD. So NZD USD, NZD CAD, they just look so similar. Wait till you see them both. So let's take a look. So we got NZD USD. You can see we dropped, range dropped. Now we're kind of within this range. So there's two scenarios. So technically you'd be about 10 pips up if we were to take an entry from here. What I really want to see is price pull back into this support zone here, test this level, then I'll look for the short. But that doesn't mean that you can't kind of take a long from this level if you break this resistance area, because you've got this very, very clean move to your left. You see this move here. You know, the next kind of level that you would look for is this support level. So you can see, you know, if you risk, I'd probably go a smaller stop on this. Let's say 12 pips. This is a 1 to 8 risk reward, so a very good risk reward. And then obviously if you can catch that kind of short back down from this level, you can see that's what's that now. So we're looking at, you know, a 1 to 8.5 on the way up, and then dropping this back down. That's a 1 to, call it a 1 to 10. So technically speaking, that's about 18% there in those two kind of trades. So they're looking super nice. Very similar setup with NZD CAD. So you can see we were going to kind of test this level again, reject, maybe break this low and continue down, or we're going to break above, come back to kind of test this support. So you can see we ranged, huge drop down. So what I'm simply doing is waiting for the retest of this support. So, you know, break support, come back to retest as resistance, and then we'll look for the short position. So again, this is a 1 to 8.9. So let's just call it a 1 to 10 risk to reward. Risking 20 pips to gain nearly 200 pips. Very clean trade. But that doesn't mean that you can't take the long. You know, if we break this level of resistance, you know, you got that clean move to the left. You can see there. So trade would look something like this. Stop loss below the level. So, you know, you're risking, let's say, 19 pips. You know, if you want to go a little bit smaller, it all depends on kind of how risky you are. Let's say you went for a 10 pip stop loss. It's a 1 to 8 risk reward. So again, it's some real nice clean trades on the NZD pairs.
Now you're what? So you're looking both sides right now. It's hitting this high NZD CAD.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a 1 hour. So you can see we're ranging. Maybe we're going to break to the upside. You know, break this level, or you could even potentially look for price to kind of break this zone, retest, and then continue lower. So it's at a very nice level. I'm really waiting for this level here. And again, I've got all scenarios kind of lined up. You know, if we break back below this, break above this level, retest, you know, we're going to continue up there. So I got all the scenarios kind of lined up. I'm just going to, wherever the kind of trade sets up, I'll look to take it as long as it, you know, it all follows the rules. I'm just waiting for this long. There's a chance to take the long, but I'll probably just wait for the short. I'll stick kind of with the short biased. If we look on kind of let's take a look. If we take a look, you can see we're clearly pushing down, pulling back, pushing down, pulling back. So I'm just waiting to see if we can really set up for that long position. RSI, we are kind of within that overbought area. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So we probably still got a decent push to the upside. So we're probably going to come and test this level. 4 hour, you can see we're clearly bearish. So a retest of this level would then give us that kind of indication to the downside. Let's take a look. 4 hour, we're definitely at that 50 EMA. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this. That's looking real nice. NZD JPY. So this is all on the 1 hour. So I'm probably just going to stick to the 1 hour this week. NZD JPY, you can see we kind of got this resistance level here. And then we got that 71 Fibonacci. So I really like to trade from that 71 Fibonacci. Obviously, I'll take the 61 into consideration. You can see we kind of, same thing with the NZD pairs. We dropped, ranged, dropped, and now we're ranging at this level. NZD JPY did break out, and you can see we've had that push. RSI, if you take a look at the bottom, let me draw the trend line on the pair. So we're pushing up on the chart. So you can clearly see the charts pushing up. Look at the RSI is pulling down. So this is creating bearish divergence. So what I want to see is price kind of pull into this zone, and then I'll look to take the short at the 71 and kind of retesting this resistance. But we do have a similar kind of thing with NZD USD, NZD CAD, kind of got this level here that price could be testing. You can see we're failing to break above, but we're still above that kind of 50 EMA. So I'm just going to wait and see how this really does play out. We could very much see a drop on this pair, which would be pretty nice. It would be nice to catch a drop. So that's a 1 to 9 risk to reward. That's with a 26 pip stop loss. Overall,
yeah, definitely explain the RSI bit on these, because people are asking, how to friggin' use it and where to look for confirmation.
So when it's pretty simple with the RSI. Is the best way you can use the RSI is to continue the trend. So a good example of this would be, let's take a look. So where's the CAD JPY trade I called? This is going back a while away. So when you're basically looking for the charts, so price to be doing the opposite of what the RSI is doing. So you need to be either in the kind of the 70 value or the kind of 30 value. If you're kind of within in the middle, you don't really want to look at kind of the RSI. Let's see where we can find the nice divergence. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can see it. So this is a good example of divergence. So take a look at the chart at the moment. So let's scroll in a little bit. So this is 1 hour bullish divergence. The higher time frame, the divergence. So if you can see on the daily time frame, a good example on the daily time frame. Let's go daily time frame for Ord CAD. Let's scroll across. So let's take a look at the RSI. So let's take a look at, and I remember texting you saying about this bullish divergence on the 1 hour, on the 1 day. So let's take a look at the RSI and let's take a look at the price. So you can see the trend line here is pushing up. So we made a higher high. On the RSI, what do we make? We made a lower high. This is bearish divergence. Once we made that bearish divergence, look at that huge sell-off. So the higher time frame, normally what you say, the higher the time frame divergence, the stronger the move. So after we made this divergence, if you take a little look, we've made what's that, 490 pips to the downside since I remember texting you that. And that was pretty much with a lot of the pairs. We were creating that divergence on the 1 day, so the daily time frame. That normally gives you a real indication that price is going to reverse. But when you're looking at divergence, it does become confusing. You've got to really kind of spend a lot of time on it and just keep looking for these kind of imbalances between the RSI and kind of what price is doing on the charts. This is a real good example. So what I do if I'm going to trade divergence on the 1 hour, you can see we were trending down. You can see we're trending down. 1 hour, we start to create this divergence. So you can see price is pushing down, RSI is pushing up. this would give you the indication that you maybe do a reversal, or all you're simply waiting to do is price the break structure. So you can see we broke all these highs, break, slight retest. You're looking to get in anywhere after you've kind of seen this, RSI build up. You've broken kind of this range. Anywhere along here you're looking to get in. So let's say you were to kind of jump in at this break. So the break and retest at this level, stop loss below, you're achieving, what's that? So 100 pips. Let's see how far this trade runs. So using the 1 hour divergence, you can see entry from that level. What's that? So you risk, let's say you risk 39 pips, so you risk 40 pips. A 1 to 24 risk to reward using the RSI on kind of this.
1 to 20.
Yeah, so you can catch some real nice trades using the RSI. You just need to know exactly kind of how to use it. It's not overcomplicated. You're just basically looking for price to do the complete opposite as kind of what the RSI is doing. For the RSI as well, I'll probably pull up mine. I keep it on exactly the same as there is. The 70 value, 30, 14 length, and then I'm looking for price to be doing the complete opposite. But don't overcomplicate it. When I started using divergence, I did start to think, well, we got divergence there, it needs to reverse. You start looking for reversals, and then the trend continues. The RSI only it only works when the trend is weakening. So if you've got a strong trend, don't even look at kind of looking for those reversals. If the trend is really strong, then don't worry, just don't kind of use it. Good way to look is if you're looking for like 1 hour divergence, just wait for the break of structure after that divergence, and then you'll see a nice push. But yeah, that's how I kind of use the RSI. Again, for the RSI as well, let's say for entries, at the moment, we're looking at the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar for shorts. On the 1 hour, I want to see the RSI at the 70 value. So you can see the RSI is at this 70 value. This is telling me the price is it's extended now. We've pushed up. We should be due a pullback. So this all just lines up. It's adding a confluence to your trades. So this trade here, trend line, Fibonacci, we got this level, RSI. So it just gives you an extra kind of confluence to your trades. So at the moment, if this starts to project this level, what you'll probably see the RSI do is start to continue down like this, back into this level here, and then obviously then price would have pushed down. So that's how you can use the RSI. It's pretty good to add into your trading, 100%. So let me touch on some more pairs, and then I'm going to jump off.
That's fine.
Let's take a look. So CAD shift. So this is another trade that I was looking to take a long on. So you can see, we kind of got this break of structure pushed up. This is a good example as well of kind of divergence. You can see prices pushing down, and then you can see prices pushing up here. Nice push to the upside. This pair, we kind of formed the support, broke below, broke back above. Would have been a nice long from this level. We pushed up. We now we broke above these highs. You can see we got support, real range in within this level. So this could give us that kind of long position. I am looking to take a trade on this, but I'm probably not going to place any now. It's a little bit late for me. In terms of trend lines, if you use them, you got one touch, second touch, third touch of the trend line. So you've got a lot of kind of reasons to take a long position here. Broke resistance, now forming a support. If you're looking to take a long at this level, I would just leave the take profit open. Just, when this starts going to profits, breaks this high, I move the stops to break even. If this starts continuing up, then I just trail the stop loss as it goes along. So that's a trade I was looking to take tonight. So it's 6 pips in profit if we was to take the trade. I'm probably not going to jump on that. So you want old chef? Okay, I'll do old chef. Old chef. The people have spoken. Let's take a look.
People have spoken. Please, Tommy. We got you, Lincoln.
Old chef. All right, let's start on the 4 hour. So this is exactly all. I just don't. It's ranging like let's grab. Let's say this level out. Mark out this bullish candle. Mark out this low. There's no trades on old chef.
to put it lightly.
There's literally, if you're in a trade on all Chief, I would probably just close it.
That's another thing, guys. If you're, don't try to force trades. Like if there's no trade on any of these pairs, don't try to make up a position. Just don't look at it.
Yeah. So you got like, if you're in a trade, let's say that you went long from this level, then you're in a nice trade. You've pulled back into this area here. You got support. You can really see where price wicks into this level and just bounces from it. And then you've also got kind of this area here. So, if you're looking at like supply, demand, and all that, you've got these two levels. You're ranging within one of these two levels. What you really want to do is wait for the breakout. So let's go to the 4 hour. So what you should be looking for is price to break this level, retest, continue higher, or break this level, retest, and then continue lower. If you're in a range, if you got the balls to trade the range, you're buying from this level, selling from this level, buying from this level, you bought this level, you're trailing your stops, price comes back into this zone, you're looking to take a short, then it's, if as long as I bought at, let me see, 756. So at this level, so you got, let me take a look. So I see where I see where you bought. You got this level here. Support, price dipped down, grabbed the liquidity, broke back above, retested. Yeah, okay. You probably, if the trade looks something like this, you've gone long from this level, stop loss, probably your stop loss is below this area. And then I'm guessing you take profits there. So it's a 1 to 2.5. It's not a bad trade if you're kind of in profits already. So what are you in? 1, 5, 1, 5. Yeah, that's not a bad trade. If you're in from that level, that's not a bad trade. You're 30 pips up. Move stops to break even. If this trade, continues up, all depend on your stop loss. If your stop loss is below this level, let's say you went in for like a 10 pip stop loss, you're banking some big profits on this, like a 1 to 8. That's going to be a nice trade. If you've got a massive stop loss down at this level, I will space my stop loss on in profit. Yeah, good. If your stop loss is all the way down here, you're risking like say, 50 pips, 1 to 2. It's not a huge kind of, it's not a huge kind of profit that you'll be having, but yeah, if you're already in, it's totally fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's touch on a few pairs and I'm going to jump off then. So old NZD for like aggressive buys would be at this level. So this is a pair that I'm looking at. I'm going to look at probably going into like London tomorrow. So if we take a look, so let's pull this RSI down a little bit. We kind of had like the base rally. You can see we kind of ranged again. So you got a range, push up, range, drop down. We're forming a level of support here, which if we scroll across, we drag this across, we do have like a high. You can see the highs. So we're sitting at these highs where we could see some support formed here. Now we've broken above, came to retest. This could set up for a long position. So I was looking like when market opened down at this level, so it's about 20 pips in profit. What I'm simply going to do is just wait and see. If we wake up tomorrow and we've started to push higher, moving averages start to cross on the 15-minute, I'll look to take the long. If not, we break back into this level where we're testing this high, I'll also look to take a long. So I'm going to stay with the kind of the long biased, and I'll swing this probably up to this high here, which is about 540 pips. So again, this is like a 1 to 16 risk to reward. This one's a 1 to 12. So you've got some good risk to rewards there. And even minimum, if we can test that high there, it's a 1 to 6. So you've got some real good risk rewards there. If you're risking, 1%, you're gaining 12%. This could be the trade you could take a month off. You gain 12% on one trade. That's real good. Let's take a look.
That's really good.
Big time. Gold. So this is where I got on gold. So I'll touch on gold quickly. I know you touched on gold, but looking at the 1 hour. So I use the 71 Fibonacci on gold, and this 71 on gold is just absolute beaut. Like, it is so good. I caught a nice little trade from this. So I think it was this one. So something like this. Stop loss was at the 78. So, you got a 26 pip risk. You gained about 7% on that trade. So, you know, we fib from this high to this low, price pulls back to the 71. You can see he respects the 71 with 2 wicks and then continues down. Absolutely no drawdown pretty much. That's a super nice trade. So what I've simply done is I've fibbed from this high to this low. And you can see the 71 pulls into this area. You can see we got this, resistance. We've not pulled into that 71 yet, but I'm waiting to see if we can. If we pull into that zone, we reject with a couple of wicks like we did there. I'll look to take a trade. So it's a 1 to 4. Stop loss always goes at the 78.6 when you use the 71 if you're ever going to kind of try it out. And that's the trade I'm looking for on gold. So for a short, I'm going to stick with short bias for now. That's pretty much what I got. I'll probably go with GU kind of last. Let's look in the chat. I think you have what's the easy? Yeah. Euro NZD. Did I do Euro NZ? Yes. So yeah, guys. So last chart I'm probably going to touch on is British pound US dollar. So I'm simply waiting for a break above this zone, or if not, price to pull into this zone and hold as support. So you can see you need the wicks that we did have going towards the end of the week. Don't class them as like major rejection. This is just price ranging. Don't look at the pairs. So you'll see on a lot of the pairs, like the USD pairs. There's a lot of them where you'll see like a lot of wicks and stuff. Don't class these as rejection. Just simply because you can see we had the NFP, the holidays and stuff. These are not rejection wicks, so to say. They're just price kind of ranging back and forth. So I'm not looking at these as price rejecting this zone. I'm just going to completely ignore them. What I'm simply going to do is make this a little bit bigger. So if we have like a full break above this zone, so breaking these highs, into this zone and start holding and bouncing from this level, I'll look to take the long into this level. May also look to take a long if we fully retest this zone. We don't have any signs of breaking below, or if we do break below, we break back above, retest, and then look for that kind of long back into this zone. And then obviously the only way I'd short this is if we really break below, drop quite a bit, retest this level, then look to take the short. So you got a good few kind of scenarios. You don't need to be set on like one scenario. No, we're only waiting for the break and retest of this level. If anything else happens, I'm not going to look for it. So you can see there's 3 scenarios there. We're either going to break below this area, find liquidity, break back above, retest, and then continue up. Or we're going to, break this zone, retest, and then continue up. So it's very, very kind of simple, 3 kind of scenarios. Analysis on every single pair. It looks like CAD shift may start.
Did you do GU?
Yeah, I just did. Yeah.
What do you think of GU? I'm just doing it now myself.
So yeah. I'm pretty bullish on this at the moment.
I'm trying to long GU right now.
So look.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually take a long position on GU right now.
So I really want to see us break above this zone. You can see we've got kind of like go to the 50. Let's go 50 minutes. So I'm just looking at this zone. You can see we got like 2 rejections, then we have that massive drop. Price pulled back into this zone, dropped again, and now we're testing it for the 3rd time. What you normally do see is like when price really tests that level multiple times, it probably is going to break through. So I'm looking for a long. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for a long on this. So we're above all the moving averages. Let's go 15-minute time frame. You can see we're really.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 30-minute just broke and retested with a nice like kind of bullish engulfing off the level.
Yeah.
Let's see, 30. And I think the dollar index is going to push down, which would be good for this to push up.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I'm about to do a little trade. We don't normally take trades on Monday or Sundays, guys, but this is looking like a good position to take right now. So I'm going to put some risk on GU, not too much. 0.5. Then we want to do 1.38042. All right, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. You got to hop off, right?
Well, you going over some trades or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over some trades. Let's see. So this is what I'm talking about, guys, with GU. Again, like coming up to this time frame, in the weekly. So in the weekly time frame, it's interesting. We actually, let me take this off. We broke below this support level right here, which was leading me to believe that we're gonna then continue to push lower. But look how the last 2 weeks candles closed. Long wick here, long wick here. You know, these are signs of reversal. So we could push up back into like this 139, 100 level, somewhere in this range. That's where price will probably start to struggle again. If we come down to the daily, we can see that we have already transitioned a bit on the daily time frame. We pushed below the support, rejected it, and then we actually broke the resistance, and now we're above the resistance right now. So that's why ultimately not the most probable buy. I mean, ideally this thing came back to down here, down to this area and retested. Didn't make it all the way down there. As I come to the 4-hour, this is kind of what I'm looking at on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of noise, you know, up in here. Obviously pushed up, found support, then we broke below. But look at most recently the trends. Broke this resistance right here, pushed to a new high, came down to the kind of retest this high, retest this level. Now it's coming off of this previous high, this morning star just formed right there, kind of opened the week, and then down to the 30-minute. This is really the idea right now. Ideally, we get it at this 1.38330, but it already kind of hit that level. We could certainly set the limit again at this area. But the stops are in a good spot. I mean, if price pushes below the support level, you know, then we're obviously not in the right direction. So there's a lot of room for this thing to kind of run around. And then again, what we're going to target is going to be, I can actually just do it on here, is going to be this level. Have it at 4-1. It's going to actually be down in this area, 1.39, 100, because we're on the weekly time frame. That was those high points that we're looking at. So again, this level is kind of what we're targeting, 1.39, 100, and that's right where we got it at. So this is the trade idea for GU. You know what I mean? Don't risk your whole account on it, but it's definitely lining up to continue to kind of swing up here, and we'll see where it's at. I'll drop this in the chat afterwards, after the call, and put out some levels on it and everything. But this is a trade right now. And then also with gold is definitely in an interesting spot. You know, we certainly could potentially short this. It just has moved so much. You know, it really needs to, in my opinion, move a little bit lower before I try to actually start shorting it. See how that candle closed, and then this other candle while we've been on this call just closed with like this doji type camera or like an inverted hammer. So this thing's probably going to push up now a little bit. Other than that, you obviously covered mostly all of the pairs. We had GJ, you know, obviously fairly bullish, just continuing higher and higher right now. I'm not going to look for any sort of buys on GJ until we get back into this area right here, or if we break above this kind of consolidation. It is forming a box on the lower time frame, so box patterns normally mean that price is going to continue, you know, to the upside. So if that thing does surge past here, then I will look to take a long opportunity on this. And then what do I have on? Yeah, I don't know what's up with this, EJ. Freaking candles fucking everything up. I mean, I was trying to short it from the top here, from this one. Yeah, from this 130 whatever level. You know, it's coming up to that high. It's kind of a Hail Mary. You know, this thing's bullish on every time frame. Bullish there, pretty bullish here. It's just coming up back into that resistance, that high. 4-hour time frames, obviously fairly bullish. So this is just a super aggressive short just based on how, like, what it's testing, which is that high point. So that one's one that we have in the signal room right now that we're testing. The other one I wanted to look at was UCAD. So UCAD on the weekly time frame is obviously, you know, in a downtrend, forming lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we're retesting that resistance. Look how obviously these candles forming long wicks to the upside, which is telling me that we could potentially be reversing from here. Last week, we finally got that push down. So it pushed down kind of below this support level that was holding, and it held below there. So that's definitely a good sign. And then this 4 hour time frame is where we're kind of looking, okay, we pushed below the support, retested as resistance, pushed below the support. We actually had a little bit of a short opportunity off of this level, and then it just kind of broke back towards the upside. So now we got to see like what goes on in this range. I was basically like we had that bearish engulfing on the 4 hour right here. Like that's great and all, but if we bump down to the 30-minute, really no structure has broken on this time frame. Had this little bit of a range. Now it's like this is bullish on this time frame right now. It would need to snap below, like break this level, retest for us to start actually shorting this one. So this one's a ways away. I'm not going to actually try to long this. I look at this long ass wick to the upside. You know, I am trying to potentially sell it. So we'll see how that one lines up. And then again, just GU, you know, GU, I'll probably put this one in the signal room once I get off. But yeah, I mean, we just ripped through. We've been on here for like, damn, that went fast. You fucking went through like so many pairs.
Yeah, I just sent in for you all. I just sent in the old card trade. So
Yeah.
I've sent in the chart. It should be in the chat if you want to click on that. In the Zoom chat, but it's also in the signals room as well. Just waiting for that to set up, but it's pulled like it's at that level. It's real nice.
What this?
So yeah, yeah. So old card. So yeah. Can you see my screen?
Here, you want to share?
Yeah, so this is the old card trade. So I'm going to be heading off to sleep now. It's like, what's the time now for me? It's nearly 5 a.m. for me. So I need to get some sleep. But you can see we're bang on this level. So 61 Fibonacci, you got that trend line. If you take a look on the 4 hour as well, our 50 out, you can see we're pulling back to this 50. So the whole trend for old card, this is a very clean trend. We've been rejecting this 50 EMA. You can see rejection at the 50, rejection at the 50, rejection, rejection, rejection. So if price starts to, reject this 50 again, you've got the 61, you've got the trend line confluence. There's a lot of confluence in this area. Support level, break, come back to retest. So it's bang on where I'm looking to enter. I'm not going to look to call this trade now. It's going to be too late for me setting up. I'm going to get up in around 4 hours. But, if you start rejecting this area, you'll all start to see it, really rejecting this level. You can start looking for some shorts. That'll be a pretty nice trade. Let's go to the 15-minute. So if you look at the RSI, like I mentioned, when we touch this 70 value, we're even breaking above the 70 now. This is going to give you that kind of short opportunity. So that's what I'm looking for now, is just shorts within this level. So we really need to start rejecting. When we start to push down, what you simply could wait for, price to push down, pull back into this zone, and then you could look for a short. Or if you've got some balls, you take a short now and you risk your whole account. Yeah, so that's the trade I'm looking for. Old CAD. Someone just put in the chat something about old NZD, Euro NZD. I'm going to touch on that quickly just before we jump off. I'm looking for buys. So I'm looking for buys. It's 10 pips in profit from where I want to enter. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go sleep in a minute, so I'm not looking to take the trade. But for me, we got this kind of level. It's a bit aggressive, so this would be an aggressive setup. You can see like support. We kind of, let me show you. So you can see we had this low, manipulate the low, came back, manipulate the low again, but we keep breaking back above this level. So this is kind of telling me that price does not want to drop. If you start to see maybe take a look on the 15. Let's take a look, got about 200 out. Averages. So we're still below the 200, below my moving averages. So I wouldn't look to take the trade there. This is what I mean, it'd be an aggressive trade. If you're already in and, it's 10 pips up, no big deal. But for me, there's no kind of entry that I can see. Maybe if I pull out the kind of the other moving averages I have, the 8 and the 21, you can start to look for a moving average cross, maybe on the lower time frames, like the 5 minute. But for me, there's nothing really that's going on. If we start to maybe cross this level, price starts to push up, I'll look for an entry in the morning. But other than that, there's nothing I can really take at the moment. But I'm pretty sure this pair is going to go up. I'm pretty sure you're going to have a nice kind of swing trade on this. Overall take profit is around 468 pips. So I'm looking to pull this pair up. But that's about it. Same thing with if you break this zone. When this 50 and this 200 start to cross and we break this zone, I'm looking to swing this trade up. Let me show you on the 8-hour time frame. So I want to see is like a nice break of this zone, a retest, and prices start pushing out this level. If you take a little look on the higher time frames, we pull back to this zone, like resistance, like a level of support. We've pulled into this zone. And what I really like, and I showed you on the 8-hour, and I showed you on the charts before with this divergence. If you take a look, so to me, this is showing a reversal coming in on EuroCAD. Price is pushing down, so you can see we've got a lower low, RSI, we've got a higher high. So this, a higher low, sorry. This is, to me, we could potentially see a reversal. I'm looking to take a long after a break and retest at this level. My stop loss will go below. My first target is going to be for 300 pips. And this is a normal kind of, this is where I like to look for when I'm looking for swing trades. It's looking for the RSI, looking for the divergence. And I won't set a take profit. I'll leave this run when we get about 50, 20 pips. I'll just move the stop loss to break even, and I'll just let this trade ride. There's some trades that I've caught, like all JPY, from this level here, using divergence. You can see that I still got this trade running. It's about 0.01 left, very small lot size. There's trades that you can kind of catch using the RSI, like I've showed you with CAD JPY, where you can just hold these swing trades for as long as possible. Don't close out. And then you can see this is overall, you're talking 1,200 pips. So there's some big trades you can catch using the RSI, looking for divergence on the 8-hour, the daily. EuroCAD is setting up. So guys, if you see the opportunity, we break, maybe you wait for the break of this trend line, break back above. You look for moving average crossover, which we're probably going to see it. Then you can look for kind of that long position. So that's the last bit I'm going to touch on. Stop the share. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So we're gonna. Nick is dealing with some family things right now. Relative has passed away, so he wasn't able to come on today. I'm gonna get a bunch of analysis posted inside of the chat after this call and tomorrow, like we always do. And then for the signals, we're gonna do 50% off the signals this week, and then next week they're gonna be going up to 99 because we've got Tommy in there now. We've got Brian and we've got Chris and myself, and we're going to be doing live training sessions in the New York, live training sessions in New York, the London session, and then me and Tommy will give out swing trades. So there's going to be a ton of value going on in there. It's going to be more of like a learn and earn group. So I'm going to be setting that up this week. So it is 50% off for like basically today and tomorrow. I'm going to announce it after this, $37.50. And then price will go up to 99. The next live session we'll do is going to be on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, like always. And I'll post in the chat some updates and some other things. But yeah, guys, all the analysis that we just went over, we'll post the replay on YouTube, and then we'll be in the signal room. Whatever trades that are given will be put in there. Maybe we'll give a free trade in the free chat. You know what I mean? But for the most part, we'll just be focused on the signal room. So we appreciate you guys for sticking on. Most of you guys stayed on pretty much the entire time. It's a little late for definitely late for you. Getting a little late for me too. So yeah, we'll catch you guys later in the week, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Best of luck to everyone this week on the charts.
Definitely look out for that old card trade, everyone. This could be a real nice trade. We're starting to reject that level. Yeah, we're starting to reject, so just look out for that. I'm going to head off. If you start seeing, structure break, just jump in. The stop loss is all marked out and the take profit.
There you go. All right, catch everybody later. Peace.